Hello everybody, welcome to Race 4 of the iGPFun SRF Tournament 2016 Season 1. 25 laps at Okayama today, 36 drivers entered qualify. I'm going to read the top 10 to you. You can find the rest at the link at the bottom of the video. Daniel Manenkov took pole position, the red car on the far right of the screen. Kent behind him on the first row. These two guys won 2 races this season already. Kevin Vogt and Gerard McAreevy on row 2. Luca Varani and Ronnie Dudek. Row 4 for Jason Dunnington and Donald Fitterer. Position 9 for Manning Greenan and position 10 for Claudio Ferrari, who I believe is currently leading the Division 2 standings. Daniel Manenkov is healthily in the lead of the Division 1 standings, of the overall standings instead. The car started. Clean start, as always. There are problems sometimes in the first corner at Okayama, not so here and generally in the iGPFun tournament. We have very, very clean races all the time, starts all the time. The leaders are getting onto the longest straight of the track, heading toward the hairpin, second gear. Kent, white and red car, attacking Manenkov on the outside, and Varani with a purple car attacking Gerard McAreevy, and we lost him, sorry for a second. The two are still side by side. Varani on the inside and actually gets it through. I'm having more problems than usual with the camera control. There are some glitches. Hopefully they will be alright during the race. Laps information, it's available at the top of the screen. This part of the track, it's the lowest part. It's 2 very tight corners, second gear. The leaders are now in the last corner instead. Everybody in single file. It's quite a string of cars. Just about everybody is 0.2 seconds behind somebody else. The draft is significant over this long straight. Let's see if Kenten can overtake Manenkov, and yes, he did. The position, the number you see at the bottom is, as it is often the case, is wrong. Kevin Vaughn is the white and green car, is indicated as position 5 at the bottom. He is actually third. The positions you can read at the top in the ticker are instead correct. we've seen just about every car. The black car is Jason Dunnington attacking Ronnie Dudek for position 8, that's 6. 8 in my live timing information. Daniel Manenkov very close to Ken 10. No point attacking here, it's much better to wait for the corner and then the long straight. The top 4 are quite close to each other. Gerard McAreevy has lost a little bit of ground, not a lot of course. There are, I think it's 8 cars altogether, then a little gap to Claudio Ferrari, the red car. Manenkov on the outside, and also Donald Fitterer trying to attack Ronnie Dudek. We lost Manenkov, that was able to retake the lead. I tried to follow 2 passing attempts at the same time. I missed both of them. Ken 10 having a look at the inside. It was too far behind, no real how do you say, I don't think it was a real try, just wanted to make himself shown in the mirrors. This is Daniel Manenkov, and Ken 10 has actually lost it on the on the curb in the second to last corner. He lost a lot of places. He's now 12, I believe. So Ken 10, the winner of Road Atlanta, actually out of the picture for now. Josh Arnold passed him under braking, the black and white car. I'm not sure why the drivers' names do not appear. Here they are. Ken 10 actually retaking the position before the long straight. That's unusual. Gianni Sellito, meanwhile, having a look at Josh. Quite a lot of cars, of course. Battle for 12th place. Gianni doesn't quite make it. Josh, number 3 car, was very kind. He left a lot of room for Gianni to move inside. It's good to see such clean racing. There is no point playing too hard early in the race. Sorry for the cough. I'm not the healthiest person right now. Vanani actually lost ground at the hairpin. He got some wheel spin, and that was enough to lose the draft of Kevin Vogue. Ronnie Dudek and Jason Dunnington. Ronnie defending on the inside. Position 6 is Jason. This is the 5th lap, 4 laps completed, and the field is getting spread out right now, with Jason taking advantage of a wide exit by Ronnie to gain 1 place. Oscar Martinez Marti, position 8. He gained some places. He was not there at the beginning of the race. He started 12, so that's 4 places in 4 laps, not too bad. Ronnie Dudek, meanwhile, is attacking Jason once again, with Donald trying to follow him. Behind them is Ken 10 trying to make up ground. Ronnie made it, Jason insisting and defending successfully his position. Driving off track a little bit for Ronnie, not a big deal. Now it's Donald taking advantage of the fight behind him. That was a huge moment by Jason in the black car. He managed to save it, no contact, no damage. And Donald Fitterer gained 2 places out of the whole situation. Ron is still very close. That's a big slide for him. I don't think he's gonna be able to pass. So we'll have a look at the white and red cart of Ken10 attacking Claudio Ferrari for position 10, position 9 actually. Oscar Martinez Marti ahead of them, and behind them is Cristobal Gutierrez with a red and black car. Ken10 moving on the inside again. I mean, he was faster in qualify than these drivers, but I don't know if it's the best thing to attack just before the longest straight. I think he might actually be quicker to wait a little more on that corner and then pass after it. Almost 6 laps completed. Let's look at this battle for position 21. The red car is Julian Ditchborn. We are going 3 wide. That's what's clean. Yellow and pink violet car is Richard Swindles. Linus Hareng attacking him with a Swedish flag, and Manning Greenham behind him with a white and blue car. That's quite a lot of position changes in this group. We're looking backwards from Linus Hareng car. Let's see if Manning will be able to use the draft to gain 1 place. Looks like it. These guys are occupying the whole track. Must be fun for them. Richard Swindles again on the inside, and Linus Hareng. So the drivers once again. Linus Hareng, position, it's not 24. The standings are not correct. Linus, that's my fault, sorry. The standings are correct. The yellow car at the top, leading this group was Tim Phillips, number 41. Apologies, I missed it completely. So the drivers are Manning Greenham, is now driving away a little bit. Position 21 for him. They're making it 3 wide again behind him. Tim Phillips, yellow and cyan car. Richard Swindle, Linus Hareng. Red car is Julian Ditchborn, and David Gregorio, last car of the group, in position 26. The positions you read at the bottom are now off by 1 place, not by 2. So Daniil Manenkov is leading the race once again. He has been doing so just about every race this season. And so Daniil Manenkov is first, is indicated as position 2 at the bottom. Let's have a look at the in-car camera from Kevin Vaughn. He's lifting. It's not is not really alongside and is not attacking, so this is actually allowing them to drive away from Varani in position 3, who's now 2.6 seconds behind them, as you can read at the bottom. Some counter steering for Kevin. There is a lapped car up ahead. I think it's Tom Gradwell. We lost the camera, sorry. Eight laps completed for the leaders. Let's quickly have a look at the standings. As usual, you can read them at the top in the ticker. Daniel Manenkov is leading the race, now coming up to lap Tom Gradwell. Position 2 for Kevin Vogt, 0.7 seconds behind him, you can see it. 3 seconds behind is Luca Varani. Tom moving to the side and letting the leaders through. That's good for them. Luca Varani and Gerard Macarivi, position 3 and 4. Then there are another 4.5 seconds between Gerard Macarivi and Donald Fitterer in position 5, car number 111. He's leading this string of cars with Jason Dunnington that just overtook Ronnie with a white and grey and black car. Ken 10 has caught them. He dropped to position 12 after he was second, then he spun out on the second to last corner. He has been lapping really quickly and now passing Ronnie for yet another position, currently 7. No, I spoke too soon. Ronnie defended. Now Ken is on the inside. Well done, Ronnie. Nice defending. You can see how much time they lost from Jason up front. And now Ken finally made it. Position 7. Ronnie Dudek is 8. Oscar Martinez Marti is 9. 10th position position 10 for Claudio Ferrari. The red car, leader of this pack of 3. Cristobal Gutierrez, position 11. Gianni Sellito with a yellow car. Then there is Mark Underwood, position 13, under attack by Josh Arnold. Mark started 17, so not a lot of places gained by him. He almost always finishes races much higher than he qualifies. Behind Josh, who might be having a look on the inside, no, not quite. So behind them is Jonathan Kiar, position 15 with a yellow car, now being attacked by the darker yellow car of David Streeter. Tim Saddle is behind them, position 17 in the black car. Mike Taylor with a blue and yellow, and Charlie Parker in position 19 with a red, yellow, blue car. There was some contact between Tim and David. David seemed to he was having some problems under braking, and either Tim didn't react fast enough, or actually the problems that David had were actually due to the contact with Tim. Let's keep looking at Ken 10, who is putting up a nice show. Some damage for Jason, the black car ahead. He might be losing speed on the straight due to aerodynamic damage. Ken 10 on the inside. If people wanted here, they could really stay on the inside and defend for the hairpin, making it really hard for the overtaker. Meanwhile, behind them, Oscar Martinez-Marti has passed Ronnie. So I was saying defending on the inside is very effective at the hairpin. Not a lot of drivers are doing that. That's fair racing. Everybody's trying to do his best, at least at this stage of the race. Some other close fighting. It's Julian Ditchburn trying to attack David Gregorio. Julian is in the red car. Let's go back to the leaders. Position 1 and 2, as always. What you read at the bottom is was wrong, is now correct. Looking ahead from Kevin. This is the right rear suspension from Kevin's car. I think it's an interesting view for just about a couple of seconds when I get bored. Sometimes it's nice to see the suspension working on the curves or in particular corners, but maybe not this time. Kevin is following really closely. Kevin and Daniel are two very fast drivers, of course. Little bit of a wobble by Daniel, sorry. This is actually the closest battle on the track right now. But there are other fights like this one for position 18 between Tim and Manning Greenham, Team Saddle. Robert Fierce ahead of them with a blue livery. I really like that car. Also, not a lot of sponsors. I'm not a big fan of having sponsors on our cars. It's not that we are getting any money, so why should we have them? Meanwhile, Ken 10 has caught Donald Fitterer and is getting ready to attack him. Another very good performance by Donald, position 5 for him. I don't know if you noticed the engine sound. Donald applied throttle on an exit, on corner exit, then he had to lift a little bit and then accelerate again. That's not ideal. It's usually due to understeer. You have to remove the throttle to avoid driving off track. I remember a interview by Jackie Stewart. He was doing some driving training at Walton Park, and he was really stressing that once you are on the throttle at corner exit, apex, before apex, wherever you apply the throttle, you should not remove your foot from the accelerator. If you have to, you are doing something wrong, either accelerating too soon or too fast, or being on the wrong line. The grey car on the left is Tom Gradwell. I believe he is from Australia. He is rising from bed really early in the morning to race with us. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. And Ken finally made it past Donald. If my lap timing information is correct, Ken lapped in 49.2 the previous lap. The leaders are driving in 48.8, 48.9, with Kevin actually having overtaken how do you call him? Daniel. I keep getting his name wrong. Sorry. I'm trying to see if we can see the action on a replay. This is lap 14 of 25. So we are a little over the halfway distance. The tires are probably starting to go off for a few drivers. The track is very slippery, Okayama in general, especially this weekend with high temperatures. We do expect at least some driver to have tire problems. Kevin just passing for the lead on the inside of the hairpin. You can appreciate the gap between the drivers in this long-range shot. Let's see if Kevin will be able to attack under braking for the first corner. Not really. In the background, you can see, you maybe could see Ken 10 now already being 0.8 seconds ahead of Donald Fitterer. Camera car from Daniel. The revs, the how do you call it, the RPM information is not working, but the speed you can read at the bottom is correct. Not quite close enough to attack, so he is actually lifting just before the braking zone. This is rather common. Meanwhile, I can see from the timing information that Ronnie Dudek retired. He stopped at the pits. I'm not sure what happened to him. Claudio Ferrari and Gianni Sellito battling for position 9 and 10. Gianni was behind Claudio earlier, so clearly some passing and shuffling for position. It's very difficult for me to follow everybody. would be nice if I could have some different colors alerting me of drivers changing position or being very close to each other. As it stands, I just have to look at the whole driver list and just try to see if somebody is close. For instance, Robert Fears, Tim Saddle and Manning Greenham are still driving together, position 17, 18, 19. Big slide by Tim, well controlled. Mike Taylor, sorry, I just saw something weird in the timing information. Manning finally making it stick on the inside. As I often say, you do not need to be winning races to have fun in the iGPFun races, especially when there are so many drivers on track. It's very easy to find somebody with your own pace. Everybody has somebody to love. Oh, that was another quote. Everybody has somebody to fight with in the race. Let's look at Cristobal and Mike Taylor. Sorry. Trying not to die. Cristobal was 5 or 6 places ahead of 14th, I believe, a few laps ago. So something must have happened to him. Probably a spin because his car has no damage. Behind them is Manning passing Robert. That's 2 places gained in 1 lap. Well done. Robert trying the outside, but it's not really possible to make it stick on the outside over there. Daniel Manenkov and Kevin Gold still position 1 and 2. The lap times have been dropping a little bit, 48.7, a couple of tenths faster than earlier in the race. Probably the track is getting some rubber, so the grip is increasing. No real race for position 3 and 4 behind them, at least not for now. So 48.7 for these drivers. 49.2 for Luca Varani. So he's not gaining, he's actually now 6 seconds behind the leaders. 49.6 in the last lap for Gerard in the black car we are looking at. And this could be a problem because Ken 10 is actually lapping in 49.0, so that was half a second gained in 1 lap. Ken 10 is about 2 seconds, 1.9 seconds behind Gerard right now. If he can get within 1 second, 1.2 seconds, then he will start to feel the draft of Gerard's car, and then it will be much easier for him to catch the driver in front. Lap timing still gives me 49.5. That's clearly not right, so it's not getting updated. So take the lap time information with a grain of salt. Although, let me look at something. Actually, so the lap time you read at the bottom behind the driver name appears to be correct, whereas the lap times I have in my timing sheet are not being updated. So let's have a look at Donald, 49.5. So basically Ken 10 is gaining half a second from both Gerard and Donald. There are still 7 laps to go at the end of this one, so there is actually time for Ken-10 to catch Gerard to get into the fight for position 4. A quick look at Cristobal following Jonathan Kiar. Jonathan with a yellow car, number 7. And Robert Fiars under attack by Team Saddle, or under pressure I should say. Whereas Manning Greenham managed to get away from these 2 drivers a little bit. Manning started 8th, so that's not true, that was the practice. He started 9, so he was way faster than these other guys, at least in qualify. Robert Fiars was 15th and Team Saddle was 19. So it's Manning that dropped behind. Manning catching a little bit of dirt on corner entry. Meanwhile, Daniel is very close to Kevin. Putting more than a wheel of track. Kevin was collecting some gravel on the outside. Daniel seems to be able to running tighter lines. Maybe Kevin was simply too long under braking, or maybe his tires are starting to give a little bit. 49.0 the lap time for Kevin and Daniel, of course. 48.9 this lap. They are very consistent, these drivers. No surprise there. Meanwhile, I'm not sure what happened, but Gerard, or actually Ken-10, is only 0.4 seconds behind Gerard with 6 laps to go. So we have a fight for the lead, and we have a fight for position 4. I don't know if you noticed, and they're approaching turn 2. Gerard was braking, Ken-10 was not. You can see the brake light lighten up. Daniel on the outside, not really in a position to pass, not right now at least. That's a chopper camera. You can appreciate the lines, how much of the track these drivers are using. A little more than the actual track at times, but that is not a problem. Meanwhile, I apologize, I lost it, but Ken-10 did manage to pass, what's his name? Gerard. Alright, so we just get the tail of it. It was just attacking at the hairpin, under braking on the inside, nothing fancy. Well done, Ken-10. I wonder where he would have been if he had not spun on lap 3 or 4 or something like that. Ken-10 does not have as much experience as some of the other leaders, and at times it shows. He makes a few mistakes. He had one at Spa in He had won here at Okayama. He was way behind the standings at Summit, so something must have happened there as well. He is fast, no doubt about that. He is already 0.6 seconds ahead of Gerard, even if Gerard has a draft. 7-8 seconds meanwhile between the leaders and Varani. Varani has slowed down a little bit. Let me check. Not really, 49.0. Kevin defending the inside once again. It's 4 laps to go and a few corners. These two drivers have been running together the whole race, never more than a car distance between them, a car length. And Ken 10 is now behind Gerard. Lost it again. Let's see what happened. He seems healthily in control, no pressure, braking too late or too much rear brake bias, and away he goes. Drivers do need to play with a brake balance late in the race, or at least some of them do. If the front tires get a little too hot, they tend to lose grip, and sorry, Kevin running a little wide over there. So I was saying the front tires lose performance, lose a little grip, or maybe the rear tires, and some drivers actually change the brake bias to basically move it away from the tires that have lost performance. I wonder when Daniel will attack or try to. It's not impossible to overtake at Okayama, but it's not that easy either. If a driver defends the inside, just like Kevin is doing, then there isn't, passing is possible, but again, you have to work for it. Ken 10 is again 0.3 seconds behind Gerard once again. Oh, Kevin losing it, and Daniel running into him. Both cars have damage. Daniel getting really wide, leaving down some rubber, drifting style. About 4 seconds lost by the leader. Meanwhile, Gerard is defending from Ken 10. Last corner. Gerard is braking with his right foot. Left foot for clutch. Ken 10 on the inside. So it's left foot for clutch, right foot with heel and toe for braking. most of the drivers actually use the left foot to brake in the SRF. No clutch to change gear, to downshift at least. It's a matter of rev matching. Meanwhile, Kevin actually has slowed down to allow Daniel to catch up. And Ken 10 getting really close to Gerard, attacking on the outside. Donald is also gaining ground on them. In fact, it's now a 3 cars battle for position 4. Kevin and Daniel close together. I'm not sure who is the guy ahead. Yeah, Stephen Martins with quite a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure that Kevin has slowed down 150.7 this lap. He must have slowed down on purpose. That's fair racing. I assume that he felt guilty for the crash and so didn't want Kevin to fall behind too much. I keep switching between the battle for the lead and the battle for 4th place. You know the cars by now. I apologize if I haven't shown too much of other drivers, but there has been quite a lot going on. I hope you could see the rubber being laid down by Gerard in that corner. It's 2 laps from the end. I'm sure that the tires are suffering, and meanwhile you noticed I activated a replay because Daniel has overtaken Kevin for the lead. Kevin is not defending the inside. I still believe he's doing this on purpose. If he wanted to fight hard for the victory, he certainly would have defended the inside. Position 4 instead, Ken 10 gaining the place once again. Gerard was sliding in the corner leading to the long straight and lost speed, and so it was very easy for Ken 10 to pass him. I wonder if Donald can take advantage of the battle. Donald is currently 6th. 2 laps to go, is 1 and a little bit. Last corner of a penultimate lap for Daniel and Kevin. Varani with a purple car in the background. This is the final lap, by the way. Let's have a look at the 4th corner for these 3 guys. Nothing happening, so we'll jump to the leaders again. Daniel running really wide there. He is obviously pushing hard. This is it. This is the best, probably last chance for Kevin. Daniel on the inside. You can see the speed difference with the draft. Faking a little attack on the inside and on the outside, and then eventually just had to give up. Or no, I think that's it for the lead, whereas Donald has passed Gerard for position 5. So it was Gerard trying to attack Ken10 and ending up losing a place. Worth a shot. I think he did well. He was right to try. Kevin and Daniel, only one corner to go. It's not really possible to overtake before the finish line unless the car in front makes a huge mistake, which would be strange for Daniel. Kevin really wide, trying to have a go, but cannot even make it alongside. Position, so Daniel Manenkov 1, Kevin Vogn position 2, Luca Varani finishing the podium, Ken10 Kent position 4, Donald Fitterer is 5th, Donald Fitterer is indicated as 4. I'm not sure why. I think it's wrong. Let's look at Mark Underwood. That's another close finish. Somebody else is Cristobal. So we'll just follow no other passing, no other cars attacking each other, so we'll just read the final standings. Daniel Manenkov, Kevin Vogn, Luca Varani, that's the top 3. Ken10 Kent, position 4. Donald Fitterer is 5. Gerard McAreevy. Jason Dunnington finishing 7th. Gianni Sellito, 8th place for him. He started 11th. Claudio Ferrari, position 9, and I believe is the winner of the Division 2 standings, Division 2 race. But please do check the results at the bottom. Mark Underwood, top 10 for him, very good performance, well done. Oscar Martinez Marti, 11. Josh Arnold, 12. Jonathan Kier, another strong gainer. Manning Greenham, eventually finishing 14th. Position 15 for Cristobal Gutierrez, Robert Fiar 16, 17 Mike Taylor, Charlie Parker 18, he is actually on camera here. Team Saddle, Richard Swindles, position 20, the last one of the scoring cars. Team Phillips, Linus Areng, David Gregorio, Ralph Kemmerer, David Streeter, Don Brooks, Tom Gradwell, Stefan Martens, and then retired Ronnie Dudek, Julian Ditchburn, Ron Wallace, Devin Manzi, Michael Chase, Wayne Funston, Steve Paradise, and Jerry Guthrie. Jerry actually did not start the race. Thank you very much for watching our races. I hope to see you next time. I hope even more so to have you with us on track. There is always room for everybody, and everybody is welcome. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.